Hello everyone, hope you're doing well, cause I'm not. I tested positive for Brovid, which is not great, and because of that I look even more like a homeless man than I usually do, which is an accomplishment in itself really. So you only get my hands today in this very Shubesque overhead shot. Since I haven't uploaded in a while, my YouTube reach is probably down the drain, so if you want to help me out, make sure to like this video right now. Right now? Thank you. And subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Nearly every day I get asked, Spaza, what's the best keyboard for Osu? And it's a question that truly infuriates me, because just like everything else in this game, it's all gonna be completely subjective. Many old players rose to fame using terrible Razer keyboards that I wouldn't recommend to my worst enemy, so at the end of the day, no keyboard is gonna automatically make you better at the game. That said, I can say with a high degree of confidence I've used pretty much every mainstream popular keyboard from different eras of the Osu community, so I might as well rate them worst to best, sharing my own thoughts and giving my own subjective opinions. It's worth mentioning I went to COE 2 years in a row, that's Kavo's Osu event, and got the chance of trying like 60 different keyboards including a few custom ones. These are not gonna be included in here for obvious reasons. And by the way, most of the keyboards I'll mention today I still own and have the intention of selling, so if you're from EU and interested in buying, you can join my Discord server that's down there in the description. Maybe I can sign them or something, I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. I got my cute little tier list out here and I'm gonna start with the SteelSeries 6G V2. This was the first mechanical keyboard I ever owned. Back in 2016 I wanted to get the CM Storm Quickfire TK, the epic cookiesy board, but since it wasn't on Amazon I ended up buying this instead. I later found out Acer and a bunch of top players were also using it, which made it a safe bet in my book. It was pretty good, miles better than my office keyboard, that's for sure, but not overly exciting in my opinion, so I think I'll put it in B. Cooler Master CM Master Keys Pro L. The L is in the name and god damn it is it fitting. I got this keyboard in 2017 because I wanted to try brown switches, plus I thought, hey, if this is the upgraded version of the Quickfire TK, it's got to be better, right? Well, turns out the keyboard absolutely sucked for Osu. There was some serious delay going on, and in retrospect I don't know whether I just got a defective unit or maybe the polling rate was low. Either way, that was the first item I ever sent back to Amazon and an absolutely awful experience. Easy Frank, easy, or L I should say. Deckhasium Pro. A very underrated keyboard in my opinion. This was mainly used by Korean players including superstar gamer Mr. Hakurei Reimu, who was the one to really popularize it. This was given to me by a dear friend of mine, it had a bunch of different switches for me to try out, and I ended up falling in love with heavy linears because of it. Despite the keycaps not being the best, I still think it's a pretty good keyboard for Osu, so I think I'm gonna give it an A rank. Yeah, that makes sense. Ducky Shine 6. There was a point in time where Ducky was extremely popular in the Osu community and considered by most to be the best pre-built keyboard manufacturer. In recent years that opinion has definitely changed. The newest Ducky boards haven't been too exciting and many people had issues with double tapping and the general build quality. For me, my own Ducky Shine 6 with black switches has never disappointed. That keyboard has seen me going from 4-digit to 2-digit, I won tournaments with it, still works like a charm, so I think it definitely deserves the S rank. Leopold FC 900R. In my opinion, when it comes to pre-built keyboards, you'll hardly find anything better than a good old Leopold. It's simple, straightforward, quality, and on top of that it's got a south-facing PCB that's compatible with high-end custom keycap sets. Despite all this may be a controversial opinion, but I don't think it's really great for Osu. To me, it's a keyboard that's meant for typing and general use, and doesn't really shine as much in the gaming department. It's locked at 25Hz unless you use an adapter, which can be annoying, and to me it just didn't feel great to tap on. It's definitely an SS tier keyboard overall, but since this tier list is in the context of Osu gameplay, I'm gonna have to put it on B right next to the SteelSeries. HyperX Alloy Origins core. This has become by far the most popular OSU keyboard, and I actually have a bit of a theory as to why there is. You see, this keyboard increases your skill, just like today's sponsor Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. I joined Skillshare for personal growth and discovery, to expand on my pre-existing skills and learn new ones, to add more value to both my professional and personal life. Unfortunately, there's no class on how to not buy 100 keyboards, but in these troubling times alone in my room, there's nothing better than the 4-week course Meditation for Everyone by Hannah B for self-care and relaxation. Nice. Skillshare is ad-free, so you can stay in the zone while exploring new skills. New premium classes are launched each week, and the entire catalog is now available with subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese and German. The first 1000 people to use my link that's down there in the description or my code SPAZA17 will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. So invest in yourself and your personal growth today. Skillshare everyone. Enjoy. Did you guys like that sponsor transition? Buttery smooth, I'll tell you what. Anyway, the HyperX Origin series is made of 3 keyboards, a full-size, 60% and tankless, the most popular one. Now again, this is not me trying to give an objective explanation as to why the keyboard is so good for OSU, cause I don't believe any keyboard is inherently better than the other. In my own experience, however, I personally find that in general, keyboards with a lower case feel a bit better to play on. I don't know if it's got to do with the hollowness generated by a taller case, especially when it's made of plastic, but the HyperX Alloy Origins sports a low full aluminum case with floating keycap design that just feels good for some reason. Combine that with the proprietary HyperX switches, which are pretty good, and perhaps give it that small sense of uniqueness and, frankly, placebo for some people, and on top of that, make it easily available worldwide with 1-day shipping on Amazon for a reasonable price range. It's no wonder the keyboard became extremely popular. I often default to recommending this to any OSU player who wants to buy their first ever epic RGB mechanical keyboard, which is why I'm gonna give it an S rank, though I also recommend pairing it with PBT padding keycaps for extra RGB gaming power. DarkGod Taurus K320. Back when I reviewed this keyboard, I messed up the experience by picking silent red switches, which I don't really like, but as you can probably tell, I actually enjoy using this keyboard quite a bit. You see that? Pretty cool, huh? This is the DarkGod Taurus K320 Corona edition, which is pretty funny considering my condition right now, but hey. This has become my daily driver on this particular setup, simply because I think it offers a nice balance between everyday use for work and typing and gaming. It looks good on your desk, it feels good for OSU, gonna be an S rank for me. Varmilo VA87M, Sakura Pink in my case. Varmilo is another extremely popular brand in the OSU community that produces great quality boards with designs that look absolutely stunning. Unfortunately though, I think it suffers the same fate as the Leopold, where it's a great keyboard that's solid for typing and general use, plus, okay, it does look pretty insane, but falls a bit flat when it comes to gaming. It felt weird to use it, especially at high speeds, so just like the SteelSeries and the Leopold, I'm gonna give it a B. CM Storm Quickfire TK. This to me is the grandfather of the HyperX Origin series. In the early days of OSU, literally everyone used this keyboard at least once, since it offered good build quality and great gaming experience for a reasonable price, in a world dominated by overpriced Razer plastic. Of course, if I had to take the nostalgia into account, this would be a double S Cookiesy Poggers God mode, but I think it's gonna fit just fine in the A category. IKBC CD87, aka the Vaxei keyboard. This is one that honestly surprised me. If you buy this keyboard and show it to your mother, she's gonna assume you're about to work hard on your assignments, but little does she know, this thing is a gaming keyboard hidden in plain sight, and you're about to click circles for the next 8 hours. Sure, it does look a bit bland and boring, there's no RGB or anything fancy like that, but similarly to the DarkGod Taurus, I think it offers that nice balance between everyday use and gaming. Plus, you get some very high quality double shot PBT keycaps. Easy S rank in my book. This is gonna be all for the popular OSU keyboards I personally owned. Next, I'm gonna briefly mention some other ones I haven't had for particularly long periods of time, but still had the chance to try in a bunch of different occasions. BFKB 113PBK, aka the most popular Taiko keyboard. I wish I used this for longer, it's not very popular in standard, but I still think it was a very unique gaming experience due to the insanely bouncy and snappy low profile keys. So I think I'm gonna give it an A. Razer Black Widow series, oh boy. Honestly, there's so many different versions out there, I don't even remember which ones I've tried at this point. I know I tried the very old ones from before Razer had its own proprietary switches, I tried some newer ones in between, and honestly, the experience was never particularly impressive for me. I think they are okay for OSU, but pretty overpriced for what they offer, so I think I'm gonna be giving those a C rank, the first C rank, by the way. Ducky 1-2 series. With a name like that, it's no wonder it became super popular in the OSU community. I tried the 60% version, SF and RGB tankyless. All of them were pretty solid to be honest and definitely accessible when it comes to their price range, but since they weren't as good as my Ducky Shine 6, instead of giving them an S rank, I think they're gonna fit just nicely in the A category, though this is a bit controversial because the 1-2 series is one of the most popular in the community even to this day. With all these popular OSU keyboards finally ranked, it's time to declare the winner. Remember, everyone is gonna have their own needs and keyboards will continue to be a completely subjective matter, but for the reasons I explained earlier, I think the HyperX Origin series definitely deserves the double S rank for OSU pre-built keyboards in 2022. Very well done Alloy Origins, very well done HyperX, you have done it, you win the prize of being, in my opinion, the most optimal, well, okay, not really optimal from the point of gameplay, but for what it offers, for its price range and for its wide availability, I think it is probably the best OSU keyboard you can currently get. What do you guys think is the best keyboard for OSU? What keyboard are you using right now? Did I forget any famous keyboards? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm very curious. And also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and all of that good stuff. I know I've been uploading a lot less, but I've been super duper busy and especially as of recently, well, I've been kind of sick. But hopefully I'll be able to get on top of things and find the correct balance between making YouTube stuff and streaming on Twitch and also, you know, living my life since I'm still a student who has been slacking on his exams. So yeah, that's really all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.